Even with now when our parents are, we make our wills. I'm gonna will all this that I have to this. I'm gonna split up in between my kids. Now, you get it when they die. He said he wanted his now. He's like, I don't want to wait till you die. You might live around here 20, 34 more years. Now I want what you got for me now. So he went ahead and he gave his youngest son the portion of what he would receive when he died. And the son went off into the big city per se. He went, he partied, he drunk, he spent money on women. He just had a real good time for a short period of time. Because you do know if you have money and then you're not making any money, but you're spending money, sooner or later you're going to be broke. That's just the cycle of life. If you're not saving anything, you're not putting anything back, or you're not bringing anything in to what you already have, you won't have much for long. And he was so excited and so glad to have these things, and he went out and he just couldn't control himself. If he had stayed at home with daddy and waited, he would have had stuff for a lifetime per se. But he wanted to go out, he wanted to party, he wanted to just live this life because he got a pocket full of money. He got it made. And I want to say, really just be careful how you treat one another, because you never know how the story is going to play out in your life. You never know who's the person that's going to be able to bless you. You never know who's that person that you're going to have to turn back to. Just because you may have it going on right now, just because things seem well and you don't need anybody for the moment, does not mean you turn your back on everybody you come in contact with and they can't tell you anything or do anything for you. Because you never know when that time's going to come and you're going to need some help. You never know the person that you turned your back on, that you said, I hate, I don't need you, I don't love you, I don't want you in my life, leave me alone. You never know when you may have to turn back to that person and tell them, I need your help. And the thing about it, and we had this discussion this week, I think the phrase that came up was, you say you don't need me, you don't try to help me, but I'm always there for you. So and sometimes as teenagers, we go through this rebellious mode. I don't need nobody. I don't need you to tell me what to do. I don't need you to do this. And they're saying all this in their parents' house. They don't have a house. They're not paying any bills, but I don't need you. So what happens if parents turn their back and say, fine, here go the things that you have purchased with your money and you can go? How long is that going to last? Or they say, fine, well, you know what? I'll move out and let you have the house. But you got to pay the lights. You got to pay the water. You got to pay the mortgage or the rent. So you have to be careful in what you say and how you treat other people. Now, the prodigal son is the title of the parable. This young man has asked for the money that he didn't earn. He wouldn't even have this. It wasn't for daddy. It's not even his. So he asked for this, and dad give it to him. He let him go, and he party up. And then to the point he's broke, he's hungry, he's dirty, he's desperate, and he wants something to eat. So he said, now I need to find a job. He should have been thinking that before he went out and spent all the money they had. But now I need to find a job. I'm going to hire myself out. He go work to feed hogs, to feed some pigs. This is his job. He went from the lavish lifestyle of just sitting around his father's house with servants, with maids and butlers, to be at his beck and call. Then he went to stage 2 of having money on his own that he can just ball out of control. He's the big shot caller. And now he's to the point that he's feeding pigs in somebody else's yard, somebody else's is pen. And he's out there, he's hungry, and he sees what the pigs are eating, the slop, the stuff that don't nobody else want. He sees that, and it makes him hungry, because he's hungry. He's like, if someone would just give me something, it says no one would give him anything to eat. So now he just like, man, you know what? I had it good at home. I had it so good at home. I had it going on. I didn't have to ask could I have anything to eat. I didn't even have to wait till I was home because the servant would come in and they'll ask me, are you ready to eat? Or I'll tell you dinner is served. And all I have to do is get up and come to the table. How many times you may not even be hungry at home or not even here? Say it's time to eat. When you turn your back and you run out on people and you just say, I'm just going to do this on my own. You have to be real careful. As they say, don't burn your bridges. You never know when you're going to have to go back across those same bridges. When I was 16, I felt that it was time. I felt like my mom, my dad, they couldn't tell me what to do. I had a little job, just making a couple of $100 a week in high school. Had a nice car that I didn't pay for, I didn't buy. But I'm getting mad. I'm grown. I'm not gonna listen. I'll just take my car and go. They're like, oh yeah. I had to leave those keys right there, and they gave me the big family car. We'll let you have this one. I had a Camaro. They gave me a Bonneville. But I was still happy I had some wheels, but I had to realize, even though I left, guess where I went? To more family. It wasn't like I went out and got my own place and started making money to pay my own bills. I went and stayed with my grandma. And she told me, well, you can't follow the rules. You're going to have to go back home. I can't go back home because I done told my mom them off. So she said, well, you need to find you a place. Every grown person needs to have their own place. So if you think you're too grown not to listen and follow rules, well, yeah, it's time for you to have your own place. And you never know how it's going to come back around. It's a generational thing because I even have a daughter of my own that thought she was too grown to listen. And she ran out there in the world. The world ate her up. And she's back. Can I come home? But you have to be careful how you treat people. Because guess what? They don't have to take you back. Believe it or not, they don't have to receive you back in their home. They can see you at the door and close the door and walk away and don't feel bad about it. So if you want to do it the right way, listen while you have the opportunity to. Do what you're asked to do. When the time is right, when the time comes, you go out there, you get your best shot. And if it doesn't work out, you have left a relationship intact, that you make that phone call and ask, can I come back? Regroup. And I'll guarantee you 99% of the time, they'll be like, well, come on. Because you left it right. But when you leave it all crazy, and you get out there where everything is good, you're not calling back home. You're not sending letters. You're not communicating with them because it's good. But as soon as it hits bad, you hit rock bottom. Now I'm going to hear from you. That's not the way to do it. This young man in Luke today, he went out there. He had his fun. He partied till he couldn't party anymore. He did everything he could possibly do. He did not contact home. But when he did, he decided in that hog pen that day, I'm going to go back home to my father's house. He started his way back home. He's walking, and the father sees him coming.